What is a server? I want to make sure we're on the same page here. That's why I decided to record a video and show you some basics. Make sure that you understand what a server is, what a peer-to-peer network is. We'll talk about some previous versions of Windows servers as well. There are two solutions that you can go for. You can have a peer-to-peer network or a server-based network. As you can imagine, this is Windows Server Administration Fundamentals course. That's why, of course, our main focus will be on the second solution, a server-based network. It is really important to understand a peer-to-peer network as well, because it is a popular solution, for instance, for a home network or even for a really small company. That is a topology that you can see on the screen. And now I circled one device, and that is a question to you. What is that? What is it? Well, in most cases, it is a switch, a device that allows you to connect more than one computer. You can connect laptops, printers, servers, and so on. Now, the idea for a peer-to-peer network is that you have a group of computers, a group of devices. They can see each other, they can talk to each other. However, there is no server, there is no central location for things like files, authentication, printers, access, remote control, and so on. I like to give the following example. Let's say this guy downloaded a really cool video from the internet and he wants to share it with everybody. Well, he will have to email or send it to all guys. Imagine there are like 30 PCs over here. It's not an easy task. We move to a server-based network. In this case, we have a server. Yes, we have a server. The server is over here. We need a switch anyway because they have to see each other. Okay, it doesn't change anything. We need a switch. Okay, we have a server. It means that this guy can put a clip like that on the server and all guys can download it from the server directly. That's a good thing. Of course, you can share files, you can access printers, servers can give you remote access. There are a lot of roles and things that you can implement, and that's what our training is all about. We are going to talk and implement a lot of interesting features. Now, a question that you can ask. Okay, fair enough, that makes sense. Do we have any disadvantages? Okay, because that is like the best solution possible. Why would you go for a peer-to-peer network where, if you can have a server-based network? Well, there are two main things that you have to consider. First of all, it is cost. You have to pay for the server. Is it expensive? Well, it all depends. For a small company, you can buy a server for like £500. That will be a small server. You can buy a decent server for £500. If you want more features, you have more users, you have to, invest maybe 2-3K at least for a server. And in most cases, you need more than one server, for instance, for redundancy, or you go for a server with more than one power supply and so on. The second problem is that you need someone who knows how to configure, add features, and then tweak everything that you want. It means you need a support engineer, you need an IT guy. For a small company, it is a problem. They cannot really hire a full-time IT guy. Of course, they can go and sign a contract with a support company, and they are very happy to assist, set it up for you, connect remotely, sort out any issues that you can have. In my opinion, these two things are to be considered if you want to go for a server-based network. On the other hand, you don't really have a choice. A peer-to-peer network is really limited, and it's not only that, oh, I have to send a clip 3 times. No, there is no authentication. It's very difficult to implement security policies and control. Every time you want to change something, you have to go to every single PC. We don't really do that anymore. And even when you think about that, £500, that's not a lot for a small company when you think about, the time and issues that you can have if you go for a peer-to-peer network. Remember, it's not only that you're going to save some money if you implement a peer-to-peer network. The problem is that it will take forever to implement a new solution, or for instance, add a new user. You have to go to every single PC and do that. On the other hand, there are some, applications that can help you, and you can manage a peer-to-peer network. It's not a good solution, and you should go for a server-based network. For Microsoft, it all started with Microsoft Windows NT Server many years ago. Then they created a really good Windows Server 2000, even better 2003, then a really awesome Windows Server 2008, 2012. Now I know it might be boring to look at, slides and listen to a guy like me. That's why it makes sense to see something in action. Okay, that's why I will connect to 2 servers that are running in my network at the moment, and you will see how they work. Okay, the first one is my SBS 2008. There is a video dedicated to editions. It's the following video. We are going to talk about that. It is based on Windows Server 2008. I use it as a file server, backup server, DHCP server. DHCP, it means I can assign IP addresses to my network devices. It is a DNS server as well, domain name server. It means that if I want to go to google.com, well, I need an IP address, and a DNS server can do that for me. I use some VPN solutions, virtual private networks, on that server as well. I have been using that box for, well, I think 3-4 years now. I've been really happy with it. What I can show you here is Server Manager. It is like a dashboard. It summarizes everything that you have to know about the server, roles, features. That is like a dashboard, a place where you can start. The second one is Windows Server 2012. In this case, Essentials. It is designed for a small company. Microsoft, they implemented a few additional features that can help you make backups, updates, and so on. It is much cheaper as well. Again, a dashboard. Please note, it is redesigned. It looks like Windows 8. Unfortunately, that's all I have to say about that. MTA, our main focus is on Windows Server 2008. However, I am going to include Windows Server 2012 as well, because it is something that you can find in the real world as well. Okay, so these two guys, let's say this guy, yeah? As you can see, Microsoft, they have spent many years creating the same platform. You can imagine they have designed and implemented a lot of interesting features, and that's what our training is all about. We're going to start from scratch. The following video we'll discuss server editions, and then we will just go and install Windows Server 2008. After that, we are going to add some roles, implement Active Directory, talk about virtual PCs, storage, remote access, everything that Microsoft they implemented for you in Windows Server 2008 and 2012. As you probably know, everything moves to the cloud. Okay, it is really popular. Yeah, it's in the cloud. We don't need a box anymore. And the same applies to operating systems, to servers, Windows 7, 8, Microsoft Office, and everything else. It is just licensed now. You can download it from the internet in like 30 minutes. You pay for a license, you pay for a key, and you can download a Microsoft Server, Windows 7, Microsoft Office from Microsoft directly or from one of their partners. All you have to do is just pay, well, sometimes a lot of money for a license, and then you can activate and take advantage of all great features that Microsoft decided to implement for you. In this video, we talked about servers. I showed you what a peer-to-peer network is all about. We discussed the main roles of a server, and then we saw that Microsoft, they have spent a lot of time preparing features that we're going to talk about. Yes, I remember, well, I'm too young to remember Windows NT. However, I remember Windows 2000 when it was released first time. That's when I started my career in IT. Thank you very much.